How's it going, guys and gals? It's me. I'm in my car right now. It's a little bit hot, so I have the AC on. So I apologize in advance if you hear any buzzing noise or anything. I'll try to put some background music to avoid it out if possible. So anyway, in today's video, important video, I wanted to talk about the critical state of America right now. We've had a lot of critical moments in our history of America, but right now is a very pressing time. And what sparked me to do this video was Charles Barkley. If you don't know who he is a former NBA player, considered one of the 50 greatest NBA players of all time, and he works at TNT. Very funny guy. I really like him and I respect him because he speaks his mind. He doesn't sugarcoat things, and I really like that. And for someone in his position to do that, because basically if you are a public figure, especially if you're in the sports sector or you're in, let's say, Hollywood, just anything in the public, if you're in the public eye, you have pressure to conform to a certain narrative. And if you don't follow that, the ultra woke, the radical left will censor you, and it happens time and time again. But this video is not to point fingers at certain political affiliations, because I'm going to get to that in a second. So anyway, he spoke his mind, and he basically stated, which I agree, that whether you're a Democrat and you're pointing the finger at a Republican, if you're a Republican, you're pointing the finger at a Democrat, if you're, let's say, an independent or a Green Party, libertarian, or maybe you don't even follow politics, whatever it is, this pointing the finger and the divide, the reason why it's mostly occurring is that a lot of these politicians, the people in power and Big Brother, aka the government, they're the ones that are purposely creating this divide. There's no doubt about it. And they're doing this to distract us from succeeding and being more independent away from the government. Because when you create problems on purpose, it gives them more power. Because if you feel helpless, and the media especially too, I'm not going to put them off the hook, take them off the hook, when they perpetuate this constant divide and you feel helpless, you end up turning to the government, and gives the government and the politicians and the people that have the power more power, additional power. Because when you don't rely on them as much, they don't have as much power, and that's what they want. They want power. They want control. That's why this whole COVID, I'm not gonna, I've done many videos on that. A lot of it's not about health. It's about control. So, yeah, I just want to talk about that. And if you think about it, so this is the most important part. If you made this far, is that there's categories of. They're creating a lot of these categories, me versus him, and they're creating these subcategories because they want it all. Because in the past, it would just be the haves versus the have-nots. Basically, it'd be the wealthy versus the poor, and they create that divide, give off the perception that all people that have more money are completely greedy and they don't only care about themselves, and they can perpetuate that myth. Now, of course, there are going to be greedy people, and there are bad people in every sector, in every race, but that doesn't mean it's a systemic problem. So anyway, so you have the category of rich versus poor. You have that divide, and then now they took it 5-6 steps further. You have that rich versus poor, like I said. You have gay versus straight. They want to perpetuate that, like I have enemy, we're moral enemies. Which I don't care if you're gay. I respect everyone as long as you treat me with respect. All right? Rich versus poor, gay versus straight, white versus black, legal versus illegal. Did I say gay versus straight? I can't remember. See, there's so many of them. Now it's soaking into sports now, right? Transgender athletes versus regular athletes. Male versus female, the male versus female, equal pay. It's just, they create all these categories, and when they do that, they create more divide. And the media doesn't help, because I'm not saying they're all in on it, but they'll do anything for ratings. That's why, not to go off too much on a tangent, but the George Floyd case, the media is salivating right now, and of course they won't admit it. The media is waiting for, if he doesn't get life or get the death penalty, which I don't think he's going to get. He's not going to get that. He's going to get something lower, second degree, third degree. Regardless, it's going to be a riot. And the media is salivating on it because their ratings are going to go through the roof. They love that. They don't care. They just want to race bait. They want to create more divide, get more attention, more clicks. That's all they care about. That's all they care about. All right. And as far as the government goes and the politicians and the people that are the World Economic Forum, these people that really control all the money, the multi-billionaires, the ones that have all the power, the Bill Gateses, the George Soroses, etc., they want to establish the control. And by creating this divide, it's a distraction. I don't remember if I said that at the beginning, but sorry if I repeat myself. This is a distraction from you being able to think independently, to come to the realization that yes, some people do need a helping hand at times, but in America, at least for now, if you work hard, you don't have to be reliant on the government, and you don't have to be 100% reliant on the politicians. I mean, you tell me, name me one person that's been on welfare their entire life that lives a good life. I'm not trying to look down upon you. I'm just saying, I mean, do you just want to only get by? Only have, only enough just to get by? Government cheese in the fridge, government this, government that. Socialism doesn't work. It just doesn't. Because you end up running out of people's money, and the people that work hard end up getting taxed. But let's stay back on topic. So that's pretty much all I want to say. So yes, there are racists. There are bigots of all races. But that doesn't mean it's systemic, and it doesn't mean that just because the media and the government and all these people, organizations, they create this divide, it doesn't mean that it's as bad as it is. Now, I'm not saying we live in a perfect world. America is not perfect. But to make it sound like it's just a complete epidemic where, oh my God, the straight people and the gay people, it's out of control. It's just not true. Black versus white, the white supremacy thing. When's the last time you've seen a white supremacist? I've never encountered one. Not to say they don't exist. When's the last time you've seen a white supremacist do a drive-by in a black neighborhood? It doesn't happen. They perpetuate this. All right? It's just perpetuated by the media. They want to just constantly just divide us all the time. With me, I don't care about skin color. I don't care. As long as you treat me with respect, it goes both ways. That's all I care about. When I go to a business, like you go on Yelp and it says support women-only businesses, support black businesses, support. It's like, why do they get preferential treatment? I support whatever business gives me the best deal or whatever. When I get a haircut, I don't care about the race. You could be black, you could be Korean. It doesn't matter. I'm Korean. If you're Korean and you mess up my hair, I'm not going back to you. And I will write a bad review because you suck. It has nothing to do with preferential, treatment. I go buy a car, I see a car salesman. I don't care what race they are. I want to get the best deal for my car. But this is the type of crap that they keep perpetuating. I mean, they make everything about race, and it's not always about race. Sometimes people are just incompetent. Have you ever been to like a grocery store or something, or just anywhere, and you get treated like crap? And you have. Do you automatically assume it's because of race? No, you don't. So maybe it is. Maybe it possibly is. I've had a few instances. I've had a couple. I had one white guy run across and called me a chink or something. That was blatant. It's happened before. Does it mean I hate all white people? Absolutely not. I grew up with a bunch of different friends of all different races. So don't buy into that. Just because the media says that and the politicians say that there's all this divide and we gotta hunker down and be ultra sensitive with microaggressions. Don't buy into that. Just be respectful towards other people. Be open-minded, and usually it works itself out. Okay, I'm right under 10, so I gotta stop. I'm getting hot, so that's my time. Let me know what you guys else think. I'll talk to you later. Bye.